Okay, what we're talking about today is what I've kind of noticed in the last week when I've been creating my origin story. So, I've been working with a coach who asked me, "Why do you do what you do?" And I started by saying, because I would constantly hear women saying, "I'm bad with numbers. I'm a creative. I'm not good with money." Or, all of these limiting beliefs that keep them small. So, when I was thinking about my origin story, and when he asked me, "Why do you do what you do?" It got me thinking back to 2018 when I first worked with a mindset coach. And I had my accounting agency at the time. It was six figures, but I wanted it to be multi six figures. So I was working with clients that were multi six, seven figure, multi seven figure clients. And I saw how they grew these businesses and I could help them grow their business. And I was very instrumental in helping them grow their business. But why was it so hard for me? I was at six figures and I didn't feel like I could get past that. So I saw a mindset coach do a live a couple of times on Facebook. And I got on a call with her, invested at the time what I thought was an astronomical amount of money. I laugh now. But at the time, I had never invested any money in myself. And I was going to pay this coach to host that she was going to do something for me to get me where I wanted to go. I had no idea. I had no idea if I was even capable, right? I had all these fears around growing my business, but I also knew that, like, why not me? Why is this so hard for me? So back in 2018, what I didn't realize that I now realize, and I now help other people realize, is that I could change my thoughts. Now, granted, like I was 48 years old at the time, 48 years old, and I did not know that I had the power to change my own thoughts. I didn't realize that I could change these beliefs that I had. I just thought things weren't meant for me. This is good enough. I have enough. Six figures is good enough, right? But there was a gnawing inside of me that wanted to do more. So it totally blew my mind when I'm like, wait a minute, I can change these thoughts and these beliefs. All this chatter in my mind is changeable? Really? Um, so that's what led me to my first mindset coach. The transformation that I experienced from that first coach was so amazing. People noticed. My best friend at the time said to me, "You're different. What's different about you?" And I explained to her that I had been working with this coach, and she really saw the difference in me. And that's coming saying a lot because we've been friends since high school. We've been friends for over 30 years. And for her to see a difference in me from working with this coach for a 4-month period of time was huge. And that was just the beginning. I know how once you see something, you can't like unsee it, right? So once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And then I started seeing it in other people that I was working with. I started seeing these beliefs that they had. And I was like, oh, wow, like I can help them with this. I want to help them with this. I want to be able to help them. So I went on and became a certified neuro coach because I wanted the education behind there. I wanted to understand the science behind why we have all these beliefs, right? Why is it that these things are keeping us from the most abundant life that we can live because of these beliefs that we're bringing with us? And as I said, I kept seeing this again and again and again, especially in women. And I thought, how can I marry my two things together? How can I take the mindset stuff and the finance stuff that I've been doing for 25 years and marry it together? And that's how and why I do what I do. That mindset coach that I worked with, she helped me create a multi six figure business. I, I created the multi six figure business after the mindset training. I hired a team. I grew my business. I raised my prices. Once I got over the beliefs that were keeping me small, God, everything changed. Eventually, I doubled and then even tripled my revenue and profit. And I thought, gosh, I hear so much from women how they can't understand the financial pieces of their business, right? And I was like, how can I bring this all together? How can I bring it so I can help women rise? And how can I marry the mindset work with the numbers? And we love to make the numbers mean something, right? And that's part of that's part of our mindset. That's part of what's brought us here is the mindset of I should know this. I'm not good with numbers. I'm smart, capable. Why can't I grow this business beyond? And it's such a great tool to reflect on. And again, everybody's got their level, right? And I would see some of these businesses stop at multi-six and say, I don't want to grow beyond this. This is the size team I want. This is what I want. Again, because there are beliefs that they had that it was harder to grow a bigger business. Um, and it's been interesting seeing it from the sidelines. So, how the business gets a little bit harder when you get to this certain level. And then when you start letting go of control and you start bringing in the right team, it gets easier. And I saw that happen. So you get to a certain level and then you're like, I either got to do this or I got to stay here. And doing this sometimes feels harder, but then it gets easier. The mindset that we carry around with us can keep us small or help us grow big. And one of my biggest realizations, like I said, at 48 years old, was I can change what's in there. I don't have to believe what I think I believe anymore. And, you know, looking at who I was then is even crazier. I am such a different person now. I wrote a book. I'm wrote a second book. I've get on it and talk to everybody on video. Like, if you'd have told me all of that was going to happen 8 years ago before I worked with that mindset coach, no way. You wouldn't even recognize me. I barely recognize me. I barely recognize myself anymore. Like, I've gone through many iterations from where I was in 2018 to where I am today. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud. And I just love the fact that this was brought to my attention this week. Why do I do what I do? And it's every day feels why I do what I do because I see the transformation in the women I work with. And when they get clarity and confidence, which are the two main things that I hear over and over again, clarity and confidence around their money and their finances and their business, they knock it out of the park. They feel like a different person. So I just wanted to share that today because we often feel like we're stuck somewhere. This is who we are, or it feels too hard to get to the next level. I'm not smart enough, but has nothing to do with your intelligence. Let me tell you that right now. Has nothing to do with your intelligence, has nothing to do with your discipline. I see the same patterns appear again and again in women. When I went from six figures to multi six figures, I enjoyed it more. And in order for me to bring coaching into my business, I had to grow. I had to create a team. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for me to grow. I love helping women understand that the numbers are neutral. They're not going to judge you, they're not going to shame you. And I don't like that in our society, there has been so much negativity put around our numbers, whether you're talking about shaming you for being in debt, shaming you for not, doing this or doing that. And I mean, all of that is gone. Let that go. Your numbers are neutral. They're not here to judge you. And the more you understand them, the more profitable you can be, and the more you're going to be able to grow your business and create the wealth that you want for yourself and your family. So often I work with women, they're like, I want to retire my husband, but I feel stuck and I can't bring this profit make enough profit in my business. And what we find out is when we look at the numbers, most of the time it's some pricing tweaks. Because again, we're making the number mean something about us, the number that we're charging. Are we good enough to charge that amount? Are we smart enough? We capable enough? Yeah, I know. Had those same exact. thoughts rolling around in my head. But the good news is we can get to the other side. We can get to the other side, and it's so much brighter there. So much brighter. And sometimes just recognizing the thoughts that we have is enough. I just love it when I can help women do that, or they can do that on their own. Doesn't matter. But I just want to share that I love what I do because I love the transformation that I'm able to get when women can remove the beliefs and understand the financial pieces of their business and step into their next level and be able to become more profitable and grow their business. That is my why. And that is why I'm going to show up here every Tuesday at 11 a.m. in the Zoom room so I can help you come to the other side. Come to the other side because it's a lot better over there. It's a lot better over there. We stop judging ourselves. We start believing in ourselves. We start understanding how to grow a profitable business. It's a lot more fun have when you get to the other side, you have confidence and clarity in your numbers. Everything changes. Everything changes.